Hi, good afternoon. You're through to Diageo Sports. Um, yeah, the preview this weekend. Arsenal will go a match with Sheffield United, and well, with Sheffield United and this broadcast, we're just going to talk about the possible results. We're going to predict the results, not that we can actually know what's going to be, but we can predict the results, and we're going to predict the lineup for the Arsenal team. Mikel Arteta. We probably not sure of who and who would go in, but we will tell you what we feel can be there or who we feel should be there in each of the positions, and then we'll take it from there. So, Dot in goal.
Well, in goal as well, still going to be Raya because despite whatever has happened, it's still going to be Raya because there.
Yes, on the right back, I will still think it's going to be Ben White.
Yes, Ben White should be there.
That's my favorite player.
Yeah.
So Ben White will be there. And in the middle of the defense, it's still going to be the same.
Saliba pairing with Gabriel
Magalhaes, and on the left-hand side of the defense.
Well, going by the last game they played in the Champions League, I believe it should just give what's it called?
Tomiyasu
a shot. I mean, he hasn't started. Has he started this season? I don't think he started any league this season, but so I feel and I believe he's now ready to start. Because he really did well. He was one of the better performer in the last game. And he's a better defender when compared to Zinchenko.
Okay, so we agree then that the defense will be Saliba. The defense lineup would then be Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
Well, before we go to the midfield, I would prefer Tomiyasu there. Although we're playing Sheffield now, it's not going to be some kind of a tough team.
Don't say that. Don't even say that. This is Premier League.
Yeah, but Tomiyasu is a better defender.
Who would have believed Wolverhampton Wanderers will beat Man City? So this is any team is up to the task.
Any team can beat
they can spring up any surprise anytime.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, then in the middle of the park, definitely, this is where there could be a division of opinion in the middle of the park.
Yeah, definitely, because the last 2-3 games, Odegaard hasn't been. I don't know. Maybe he's fatigued or.
Yeah, he's been on internationals. Whenever player return from internationals, some of them are always.
He's been playing too many games. Maybe he needs that kind of a bit of a rest, So, but having said that, we've got quite a few players that can still. I mean, Ampate is not available at the moment because of injury.
Okay, so what's your lineup in the middle? In the middle,
I feel that Rice definitely. Mm-hmm. Havertz. Don't even. Yeah. I think Havertz might even come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And who's the other one now?
Well, they just like mostly now. It's like Rice is being used more to go forward to play both number 8 and number 6.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say
so. We still need another number 6.
Jorginho, Havertz, and Rice.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
And we'll have Odegaard as well, right in front of them.
Odegaard, man, I honestly I feel he should be dropped.
You think it should be well?
Yeah, because that's why I said Havertz should come in.
Okay.
For the game, because like you said, I'm not underestimating anything, but we can see kind of experiment when it comes to some things.
Sheffield,
so we can still try and see what Havertz can bring to the table.
Okay.
Well,
for my own lineup, for my own lineup in the middle of the park, I will still go for Odegaard, Jorginho, and Declan Rice. Because I'm at 3 in the middle. And now we go to the attack. This is probably going to be the familiar faces in the
Yeah,
attack.
I mean, on both sides of the attack, like the wings, we've got Saka and Martinelli. I don't think there should be any changes to that. In the middle, that's when it kind of be tricky shape because this guy had a knock that day. We don't even know the extent of the injury.
Yeah,
I mean, like as at this morning, they said he was still being assessed, so nothing has been said about him yet. But having said that, I believe Nketiah can still deputize for him, and for a start, because sometimes these players stretching the player to 90 minutes sometimes when you know that this player he had a knock, so maybe he can even come on even if he's past fit for the game, you can still leave him on the bench for that game. They come later in the game. You understand?
Okay.
But I don't want a situation where you overuse a player, you stretch that player until the injury now gets aggravated beyond going for more than 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, And that's what happens many times, you just overuse a player.
Okay.
But when you still have somebody that you can still put in there, I believe, why not?
Okay. So, yes, that could be some kind of a divided opinion, but I will still think it's still going to be the same usual star boys on both right of the midfield of the attack. So on the right hand side, we'll still have the star boy Bukayo Saka, and on the left hand side, also Gabriel Martinelli.
Yes.
In the middle as number 9, Jesus has got a knock. We're not too sure whether he's going to. We don't know until he's fully assessed and all of that. But if it is hamstring, then it's probably going to be hamstring. We know it's going to be a lot longer than that. Could be 3-4 weeks. But if it is not, then I would expect him to be on the bench.
He said he felt
at least
he felt a bit of he felt something on the hamstring there, so he didn't want to continue that game so that it won't be worse.
So it's not.
That's why he was
really,
being taken off.
It's not really hamstring, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But whichever way, I wouldn't say deputize, but Nketiah is also probably equal to the task. And then towards the end of the match, if needs be, Jesus can come in, and also there's still Havertz who can play as number
Trossard
9
is
sometimes,
there.
And Trossard can also play as false 9. And on the substitute, I would expect Smith Rowe to come in at some stage.
Yes,
I would expect
it's even a bit kind of getting into the
he's getting
game
into
now.
his game now. Yeah,
It's coming up bit by bit, and I believe if Arteta continues to put him there by the end of December, you will see he will be on top of his game, because the guy hasn't got much game time ever since he came back from injury. So I believe now that Arteta is really having faith in him. Even when you look at the Manchester City game, I was so shocked the way he changed his teams, bring all those guys in. I was like, how did he do that?
Well,
it's put so much faith in them, and they never disappointed at the end of the day. That was when the game came, goal came.
Being a manager, he sees them in training. He sees them in training all the time, and he's probably been able to measure their improvement, and as well knowing that they can help the team. So I will expect him to come in. I will expect Real Nelson, as some say, to come in.
Yeah, Reece Nelson, yes.
And
Trossard.
Also Trossard.
Trossard is I always say when he's good, he's good.
He's good.
When he's off, he's completely off. I mean, you will be like, was it not this guy that played last? So I pray he's on the positive side when.
One thing that I've noticed with Trossard, when he starts a match, he hasn't really been playing well or click when he starts a match, but when he comes in as a substitute, it's more like a super sub, and then he's got his license to roam.
Yeah,
in around the box area, that's when he's more effective.
That's what it's.
But I think when he start the match, he has to keep a role. He has to play according to style and pattern. He has to play according to instructions and not really roam about that much. So maybe that's why. But all in all, will you be able? Can you predict the score?
The score. There shouldn't be anything short of 3 points, but the score line should be, to be honest, maybe I would say 2-0.
2-0 to the Arsenal.
Yeah.
Sheffield, I would still say 3-0 or 3-1. The my score. And again, I still see Arsenal are struggling a little bit. We haven't lost any game, but they're still struggling in all the games.
I want to use this last game, as a beginning
now
of their fluidity.
Yeah,
they've not had that fluidity since the start of the season. But this last game against Sevilla, honestly speaking, that has been the best game they've ever played this season. And even you could feel during the game that at a point goal is going to
come
from
the start,
because they were all guns blazers. They were just all for it, and every department of that team was doing his own job. You know what I mean? So you could feel it, unlike the previous games that they've played, that you'll be panicking defensively, all those. But this one, even when these people equalize, you still have that feeling that we are still going to carry the day, which we did. So I'm just trying to say that this one should be the start of that fluidity every Arsenal fan has been craving for. Because last season they were they were on top of everything. Forget about towards the end of. I mean, that was the fact. They got burnt out. But this one now, they need to, be on the pedal. Just go on and do something and put smile onto every fan's faces.
Yeah. All right. So that's our predictions. Those are our lineups, and in terms of the results, those are the results on our predictions. I'm predicting 3-0, and Mr. Dot is predicting 2-0. So, but at the end of the day, in all, what matters to us most as Arsenal fans is the 3 points. So we get the 3 points, we move on to the next game, and life goes on. So, thanks for watching our video. Subscribe if you like it, and if you've got any comment whatsoever, please leave your comment below. Thank you.
Thank you.